Disclaimer: this review or discussion is based on opinion and information that is already known to the public. The information may be alleged, but the commentary and opinions are very much true.
Not a reunion, child. You know what a reunion means. It means it's over. Guys. But anyway, let's get into the reunion part 1. In walks the ladies, looking super hot, looking regal, looking all sorts of fine. Look, they showed up and they showed out. They were like, okay, you're gonna know. And yeah, the theme was, looked like it was royal blue and gold, And then Utsiri, for some reason, came through with purple and gold. So I'm not sure how that fits in. So maybe Agatulanga, like the memo, or maybe it was around maybe regal or royalty or something. I'm not sure. But yeah. And Kayam Tetwa as well looked the part. And kudos, man. Let us just start. Kaya wasted no time, but in all of that, he made sure that he wanted to get the ladies comfortable first before he just goes into the heart-knocking questions, the hard-hitting questions. So he was just asking Anieti about her music and releasing of her album and all of those things that go around her and her music, as we all know that she's a musician, very, very, very beautiful singer, and and they were just having a brief moment around that. And then he also asked Unoluvo about her career as well, and things, how are things going, just like a little chit chat that is just like, how are things, how's things, and apparently Noluvo was a child star, so I'm not sure. Yes, we don't know these people. Some of us don't know these people and we are living amongst them. But maybe at some point when I will just research more and check, maybe it's some program that I know about where I was just like, how? No, how? No else, So, but yeah. And then they did a little trio, Unoluvo, Anieti, and Ukayam Tetwanje, and they just serenaded us, they blessed us at the beginning of everything. They were just like, let us just bring the calm before the actual storm, so that was nice. But now, when you're just there and you're just like 1, 2, 3, you're counting, you're like 1, 2, 3. I know that they need that it doesn't have to be three on this couch and 3 on this couch, because I know these ladies are 7. And I was like, and there it just got to me. I was like, hi man, someone's not here. And it was Queen Nandi, So I was like, how? Okay, what happened, But before the reunion, I saw she posted something. I'll put it if I find it, but she posted something relating to what happened behind the scenes. So I thought maybe that was the reason for her not showing up, and because maybe it was something deeper that involved maybe lawyers and stuff like that, But they did say that Nandi is not available at that present moment, and yeah, that it was just one of those things which they did mention it. You can see that there is an absence of one member and something's up, So, but we'll discuss that later. And then Ukaya actually was, and then asked Adiola about her title, that why is it so bothersome for her not to put the whole thing that she's a pastor's wife, because she's always just like, nah, I'm not So I'm not sure if it's a matter of because maybe the husband is ordained and maybe does not really have a church building, and she's not really active in that way. They're not ministering in that way, like a building church vibe. But yeah, she always mentions that she doesn't like that on her. But yeah, that was the question. And then there were Kaya also asked Utsiri. I think Kaya was just making conversation, and he just wanted to make sure that each and everything, that the questions that are there, maybe and it was just nice. Let me just put it like that. It was just nice and flowing, And he asked about Utsidi as well, about the whole virginity thing. Uti, hey man, like, weren't you embarrassing your husband when you actually told the entire world that when you had to be the one that unzips, you understand, for the first time, like, but Tidi explained, which no, my husband always talks about it and he shares how we met and when we first got together and all of those things, that he was a virgin, so it's nothing new. So she was saying that no, she was free because she knew that the husband was already talking about it and just ministering about it, So, and they just spoke of the importance, with him. It's like, even in that moment, when Kaya asked with him, don't you feel a way that you actually exposed your husband? But when it comes to women, there's like that sense of pride, that it will not be seen as exposure, you know what I mean? It will just be seen as a sense of pride. So Tidi was explaining that and challenging that as well. Why is it seen as something that's just like a man, but then for a woman, especially in the church, it's always stressed that you need to be pure, you need to be this and that and that, So there was an interesting take, an interesting conversation that they had, and it needs to be on both ways, let us honor each other and let us not be immoral sexually, and this other part, it is seen as, hey, when you are promiscuous, you are this, and then on the other hand, it's like, no, it's fine, you've got like a little bit of space for you to mess up and screw up, So let it just be a matter of pride for both sides, where it's like, okay, this man was a virgin when he met this woman and they were both virgins, and it's just one of those things where it's like, yo, you kept it for you to honor who is coming, So yeah, that was nice. Kaya also asked Utsiri about the mohawk. He was like, hey, you didn't bring your hawk today. What happened, So, but she was just like, nah, I decided to just switch it up, for the reunion. So yeah, there was just like, I really thought he was just gonna ask, Witty, outside of the mohawk, but how do you, So yeah, it was just one of those, damn it, moments. But yeah, she changed her hairstyle, but it seems like she likes the whole baby hair waves, what, and then this afro thingamabobby like on her hair, because she had something similar to the mohawk, but I think this time she just made it like a circle vibe type of thing, And then Kaya also asked Upume about her Bodla event. She has actually, I'm going to attend the event. She has it's a Bodla event where they talk and actually just initiate healing and all of those things that we women need, So as she mentioned that this is the first, I think it's the first, no, this is 1 year of the Botla event. She mentioned that she did I think 5 or so in the past. So that is worth celebrating. It's the first year anniversary. Let me put it like that. Yeah. First year anniversary of Ipotla. And Kai was just asking her how it's going. And man, we need those spaces. We need those spaces. We are a broken generation. We are a broken nation. So the more we get into those spaces where we just mingle, network, we heal, we delve deep inside. Nje, Mina, I'm all for it. I am all for it. Anyone that knows me knows when it comes to that, I don't play. I don't play. So yeah. And then he also asked Judy about the actual balancing of the whole thing, where she's a wife and she's finding herself being this person on TV, and how does she balance it all out, and she just made it clear with, no, I wear all these hats and I try and I balance it out. I'm a mom, I'm a this, I'm a that, and it's okay for humans, to do human things. I think maybe Kaya was going into that space or that frame of mind. You would see you're a pastor now, and now you are being seen on a Thursday doing certain things, or being on another, they see you on a different view, but it's just one of those things where this is why the program is important, because now it's showing really, when you say someone is a pastor's wife, like, really, please expect them to wear tights when they go to the gym. Expect them to be at a restaurant and laugh and talk about other things outside of, hey, may God what, because some people have that stereotype in Djibouti. When I say you umam fundisi, these are the limitations and the borders that you need to, in my eyes, that you need to just be a part of, and not anything outside of seeing you laughing, seeing you crying, seeing you being shady, all of those things. So that was good. That was a good a question. And how Judy mentioned the whole balancing things out was just like, yeah, that is what people need to know and hear and see. After the break, Kaya just went to the OGs. The OGs obviously being Upume, Adiola, Anieti, and Unandi. Obviously, Nandi was not there. So he just asked the three OGs in Njeguti, how is it, from the previous season, what is different, and do you like this more? Do you miss the old castmates and stuff like that? And Pumi was just like, no, I don't. So it was just one of those, okay, because Kaya asked Upume if she misses Ino, and she said, no, Ino's not a friend of mine. We are just not there, but we talk because we have to be in the same spaces, but we're not friends. Like, I don't just sit and be like, hey, how's about Ino, So yeah, that was just like, okay, you. So I think they had a little tiff. Remember, I told you guys that I didn't watch season 1. There was a day where I tried to watch it and I just saw strippers, and then this one time I saw yoga, and I was like, I'm going to judge this and I'm not going to be a part of it. So let me rather not watch it, because I'm going to see other people with a different eye. You know what I mean? But this time I was like, let me give it a try. At least manje, I'm more mature. I'm joking. But yeah, that was just one of those things. It put me off gangan. So yeah, I don't know what was the tiff about and stuff like that. So yeah, but she just says, nah, I'm good. I'm good with these ones. And Adiola as well was asked about the whole thing of rolling her eyes and just being nonchalant about things. And she said that, I just want to keep moving. I'm just like, okay, all right, okay, let's move, So she was also asked about the castmates, and she's like, no, I'm cool. Anieti as well, she's like, nah, I like it, because now there's a lot of us, more of us, meaning you can now choose your little people that you can get along with and be okay, without feeling like you are, I don't know, there's a shortage, if I could be, because if there's a lot of people and then you just steal 2 or 3, it doesn't still make it as if like people are missing, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was that as well. And yeah, and then Kaya also asked Upume, Uti, are you always this happy-go-lucky, And Kaya said, you know what, if there's one thing about you, Upume, one thing about you is your smile. Like, she does have this thing where she just like, okay, when she's like serious, she's closing her mouth, but when she does this, like, there's this radiance, you understand? Like, you can see Uti, she's smiling for real, So yeah, that's what Kaya pointed out as well. And she's like, yeah, I'm warm, I am a happy-go-lucky person, but don't mess with me, because I will take it there. And I think we've seen the evidence of that. Mazalwan, we've seen the take there, and we don't want to go there with Pume, So yeah, but she says, nah, I'm cool peeps. I'm cool peeps. Just don't mess with me. So yeah, and then they just showed a few highlights of the actual show, and then after that, Ukaya asked the newbies how things are. So Judy was like, yo, now for me, this challenged my emotional intelligence, and I think I feel her, even though I'm not in that space. Imagine having to, Pella, this is like a totally different ball game. And as she mentions that things happen so fast, and obviously you have to you think quickly, because now I'm expanding in what she's saying. That's how I received it, because she's now, I can imagine you on camera, you are trying to say the right thing. Even though you want to say something else, you have to be quick in remembering with this might be judged by 1, 2, 3 people, So that in itself challenges your emotional intelligence, the ability to be quiet when all you want to do is snap and say the wrong things, the ability to be patient and breathing when someone offends you and want to put it in the right way where yeah, that's actually emotional intelligence, because now you can't just, there is self-control, I guess, in the fruits of the spirit. If we go there, if we take it there, that's what it is, it's self-control. So yeah, that she said that there was a challenge and it challenged her. I mean, all these things, they help you to grow, and then Unoluvo said, nah, I'm good, I'm the youngest there, I'm the youngest in the castmates, and I thought maybe I was going to have a challenge, but it just happened that I got along. And she was the more, for me, like the more jolly one, the more mature one in dealing with certain things, She was just like, I don't want to be out, I don't want no trouble, And then for Utsidi, what did she say? Utsidi said that she's also grateful for exposure, actually. She said she's grateful for exposure, that obviously people, like, she's on a platform where people now will know her and all of those things, and for growth as well. So they all mentioned that, and true, growth comes when you get into territories that are unfamiliar, and especially where so many eyes are on them. Like, that is just like something else, So kudos to them, kudos to their growth, and yeah. Then after the break, dang dang dang, guess who walks in? The Queen Nandi, in all gold. I think she, like, yeah, it was an okay, like, she actually looked nice. I think it was just a matter of gold on gold on gold. But I think in the whole outfit in JE, it set well on her body, and the cape and everything. She looked nice. She looked beautiful. Nandi is beautiful. So came in, and it was so tense. It was so tense, like, I couldn't believe it. Even Kaya's face changed, actually. Kaya was like, hi Nandi, you were here, and you, like, I think he was just saying a little background of you did something in the background, that offended you, assaulted a crew member. Please explain. Katrisa, So Nandi explained Vele that, what, I think her outfit was on fire, and while it was on fire, she tried to jump and hurt her back. She hurt her back, she fell, and the way in which one of the producers, or the crew member, the producer, just was so insensitive towards the issue. She felt away, and then she assaulted the lady. She put her hand on her. No, not in prayer, ma'am. She said, catch these hands, okay? Not anointed, but catch these hands. She put her hands on her, and she started crying. Yeah, she was just like, I'm sorry, I take accountability and responsibility of what I did. It was unprofessional of me, and I'm going through a lot, and I know in the state that we are in South Africa, we're not supposed to be doing that, and that is just wrong. There is no excuse. It is totally wrong of me to do that. And Yazine, I was just like, ish Nandi, Nandi, man, sorry, And then they asked Tutsidi, because Unandi did say Tutsidi was one of the cast. She was the cast member that was there, the cast member that was there that saw what happened, And Utsiri, when they gave her a platform to say Uti what happened, she was like, Mina, I tried to restrain Unandi, and I tried to pull her towards me, but she was just like, And then in my head, I'm like, I know, man. Should I be feeling sorry for her? Because there was an opportunity for her to be like, when she was, held back, there was an opportunity for her to be like, hey, and sober up, you know what I mean? But the fact that she still lunged at the person or she still attacked the person, for me, that is just like, yo, you need to, then there's something there that you need to work on, you know? I thought maybe like she fell and she was like, maybe the producer was like, Suguma, Suguma, stand up, we've got work to do. And she was like, what? Can't you see that I'm hurt? Leave me alone or something, you know? And then maybe this just harmed the lady or something, you know? I don't see her falling and feeling, yes, she's in pain, and now feeling like I'm in pain and these people are insensitive towards my pain. Actually, why are you saying this? Mwah, mwah, mwah. Like, for me, it's like, okay, but maybe there was already something there, you know, and there was like an opportunity to be like, yeah, Vela, we don't get along anyway, so I might as well just, because you said this thing at the right time. Because I think if someone restrains you and be like, hey, Nandi, we at work, please don't do that. Like, for me, it's like, I'll breathe and be like, I'm in pain, you know, maybe start crying or whatever, but not to be like, leave me alone. I need to prove a point. She needs to get this today, you know. She gonna learn today to treat people with respect. I don't know what happened, but for me, it's like, there is something there, baby girl. Work on it, and you know, yes, kudos to you for taking accountability and being responsible for your actions, and knowing that there is no excuse for you to do what you did to another human being. We all make mistakes. Yes, she did say Velo Guti, she doesn't promise Guti this is not going to be, she's not going to do it again, but she's saying Guti, she knows and she's aware that she needs to not do it again. So that is someone that is just like, maybe I got a hands issue, and I'm not sure if it's something that is gonna, you know, be quickly done away with, you know. So she really needs to look into that. You need help, girl. So yeah, and then after that, again, then they started playing highlights. You know, she was crying and she was like, okay, fine. Then after that, they played highlights, right? This is the part that just got me. Like, I was just like, okay. They played highlights, and then obviously the peasant comment came up, because she said that she you know, she called the other ladies peasants, right? Then Kaya's like, why do you feel it's okay for you to call these ladies peasants? If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it is a duck. Literally, that's what she was saying. She didn't say it in those words, but that's what she said. And I'm like, oh, but now I'm conflicted. Now I thought we are getting somewhere. I'm feeling for you, you know, for what you are saying. Now you are crying and you're feeling remorseful and stuff like that. Couldn't you at least have that moment of like, you know what, I'm sorry, I shouldn't even have called you peasants, I don't know what was going through my head, I'm fine. But now she's trying to defend and justify what she's calling other people peasants. Like, there's nothing ever right about calling another person a peasant, but she made sure that she gave an explanation, and she's like, in my definition, you guys are peasants. That's how I see you guys. And it's like, no, babe, there's a dictionary where there is a definition of a word. You can't say my definition. No, it's not my definition. The definition of a word peasant is that, and you do not call people that, because you are literally saying that they are less than. You know what I mean? Yes, you are queen and you in your own castle, but these people are never people to be looked down on, you know, and not even no, I'm not. I'm gonna stop trying to explain it. It's just wrong. It is just wrong. And for her not to even see that, there was like, ish. I thought we were getting somewhere with this crying and accountability and responsibility, but now it seems as if you were talked into saying you apologize, you know, because there are things at stake. Because now, after all of that, you are still going to maintain that you are calling other people peasants, and that's your story and you're sticking to it. I said what I said. Like, she literally said that. So yeah. After the whole Nandi situation, there was highlights of Tsidi's journey, and they were just showing the highlights of the journey. And there was a point where she was speaking to one of her friends, and she mentioned that, yo, girl, Mina, when I got there, I was not welcomed with warm hands, and I feel like girls hate me, she gave up that vibe, that like, girls, I got haters and stuff like that, so they were just asking her, okay, what is it that made you feel like you need to say that to your friend, where we just saw you once and we did not even have an opportunity to know you better and all of those things? And she was like, nah, like the way I would have a conversation, it's just that it's on camera, but the way I would have a conversation with my friend who would ask me, Wuti, hey, how was that thing? And you're like, I walked in there, one person greeted me, I just sat in my corner, and the other ladies were just like, they didn't greet me back. So I feel as if maybe I'm just there to just threaten these ladies because maybe, pretty girl rock, and they hating on a girl, type of thing. But Unandi was the one that went and greeted Utsidi. And the other ladies, I think Uchudina was trying to explain, because actually the explanation came after when she was asked, when Siri was asked, who did you direct that to? When you say that there were girls that were mean or that did not greet you and they were not nice to you, who was it exactly? That's when the ladies were like, Nandi was like, Mina, I greeted you. I came to you. I was with Pume and I came to you and I introduced myself. Judy was like, Mina, I think Judy was like, no, your voice was low, I couldn't hear you, we were all just sitting there and whatever, But Nje, in it all, the only person I heard Uguti went and made an effort was Nandi, because she went to Tsidi and she introduced herself to Tsidi. The other ladies, I'm not sure what happened there. But because Judy was like, your voice is faint, so maybe we couldn't hear you. But then I'm like, okay, couldn't you do the Nandi thing, just go there and be like, hey girl, hey, are you the new girl or whatever, So that was the whole thing. But nah, I think she just took it to another level where she was just like, they didn't greet me, I think they're not gonna like me, I think that. But I think it's a girls, we do that sometimes, where we like, okay, maybe I'm here and because they're not greeting me, so yeah. And then after that, Utsidi obviously was asked about the whole thing, Jay, of being prude and just not being comfortable speaking about certain topics, that are like, girl, you do this. Don't you hump? Don't you have intercourse? Huh? So why are you being shy about it when we talk about it? And then obviously they showed the other part. Remember when I was like, Aibu? But now there's other parts where Titi's just like so free about talking about sex and stuff like that. So clearly maybe it's within certain environments, because when she was with her husband, she was very comfortable talking about it, Even in that time, remember I said with how Titi was this moment, she was just like, nah. And then next thing, they were spanking each other and whatever, on camera. So it's like, how? But Gushuguti, she's just only comfortable talking about it and being about it when because she did say that her husband is an umbrella, then, and that is what it should be. Like, the husband is a covering. So she feels comfortable talking about certain things when her husband is around. And we know, I did say, Utsiri is my husband. She is my husband. And I did say, I'm also going to be like, hey, huh. I'm going to be my husband, girl. But anyway, that's where it ended. That's where the part 1 ended. So I guess next week, I'm hoping they address the elephant in the room, the whole situation, Yakapume and Unandi, and they just unpack other things as well, and just leave there with just hugs and forgiveness, And yeah, Kaya, you did a great job, man. And you gave the ladies an opportunity to be out there and speak and whatever, confront, and you also managed to like, okay, come, let us get into the next topic. So it was yeah, kudos. So let's just see what next week brings, part 2 brings. Alright, thank you guys for watching.